Now, as we all celebrate the life of the late, great and wonderful Princess Diana, who would have been 60 this year, right here in Kensington Gardens, we're taking a quick look back as to whether Diana, in fact, got inspiration from another famous royal. Hi, good morning, Neil Sean here in the heart of London. That is the story breaking out of London today, simply because, of course, Princess Diana remains an icon of our times. She's everywhere. If you think about it, she still sells magazines, newspapers, on news reports, documentaries. You simply can't escape from that beautiful face, and who would want to? But of course, Princess Diana did so much more than just become a royal princess. She was a pioneer for so many different things that have also been taken on by her sons, more latterly, of course, Prince William and his gorgeous wife, Catherine. But here's where it gets interesting, simply because, of course, we're now finding out other facets about Princess Diana and really those that inspired her. Now, this particular story came to me simply because I was rather friendly at the time with the late singer George Michael. And George Michael was very vocal about his friendship with Princess Diana, in a positive way, I might point out. But George told me this rather interesting nugget. He basically told me that Princess Diana herself was more intrigued and inspired by another royal family member, someone who'd gone through the highs and the lows of the media herself. We're talking, of course, about the late Princess Margaret. George imparted was simply this, that Diana used Princess Margaret as something of a template, simply because she'd had her battles with the press, she couldn't possibly marry the person that she wanted to marry, all of that type of thing. But here's where it got really interesting, and I didn't really know this until George told me, that Princess Margaret herself was a trailblazer, somebody that went without media, without PR, to visit the sick and the wounded in hospital, sometimes late at night, just to sit and talk to them, hold hands. She was also the first major royal to make contact with that deadly disease that we all knew of course, in the late 80s, early 90s, AIDS. And a lot of people don't realise that Margaret did these sort of good deeds without a fanfare, without the need, of course, to be seen and to be seen in the media doing these good deeds. She simply did it because she cared. She had a very caring nature. And more importantly, of course, loved the glitzy world of showbiz. So when George Michael told me this, I kind of totally understood exactly where the late great Princess Diana was coming from. Now, a lot of people may be stunned by the fact that Diana and Margaret did get on. They both lived here in Kensington Palace, and they often met for tea, just for simple chats. And it's nice to know that it's also nice to know that someone like Princess Diana had somebody who'd gone before her that she could actually relate to, and more importantly, of course, connect with, to work out exactly her path in life. Like Princess Margaret herself, Diana's left an incredible legacy, one that will live on forever. And it's good to know that both these ex-royal ladies did so much good in a world at times where there's so much bad. Neil Sean, Kensington Palace, London.